After a longer break, it is time for a bug report video again. This time we'll speak about the APCs or IFVs respectively. Recently I've been using the APCs in 8-on-8 competitive, but also in pubs of course. And we had to select some bugs that we wanted to show off. As you can see, this is quite a long video again. So some of the not so urgent stuff has just been cut out. First thing you see here is the Russian BTR and its crosshair, which as you can see is off-centered to the left. We're using the APFSD shards here that have no spread and therefore are ideal for showing this. And you can see the projectiles landing to the left of the center of the crosshair. This malposition of the crosshairs obviously affects all the other weapon systems as well. We show that here in fast forward mode with MGs, tow missiles and so on. Next up is the American LAV-25, and obviously the crosshair positioning here is a lot better, but it is still not flawless, which also applies to the Chinese ZBD, and why that is we're going to show in the following. When you're using zoom optics with the American or the Chinese APC, you'll find that that gives you a pretty inconsistent display of the bullet trajectory. If you look closely, you can see that the bullets are leaving the barrel and are going towards the right side of the crosshair. But if you zoom into the shots that have already been fired, it seems as if the bullets were hitting the left side of the crosshair. So if you just empty your entire mag and simply zoom in and zoom out on the bullets that have already been fired, you can clearly see what is happening here when using zoom optics. What I would simply like to see is a crosshair that works on all three vehicles and that gives you a precise indicator of where your bullets are going to hit at long range. As I'm sure all of you can remember, when B4 came out, it was possible to have two SRAWs in the air at the same time and hit a target at the same time, and also use two Iglas or two Javelins at the same time. All those quote-unquote features have already been removed, but one thing that has been overlooked obviously is that that still works with tow missiles. Although admittedly there is not a very broad spectrum for that in the game itself, and you won't get hit by two tow missiles all the time, but we just wanted to note that because it has been removed on all the other weapons. The next bug is my personal favorite. Believe it or not, when using the main guns on APCs, you are not going to get a headshot multiplicator. As you can see here, I'm shooting Gotthard in the upper body using the AP ammunition, and he takes 80 damage. He's now putting down a medkit for himself to heal up, and if I shoot him in the head using the same ammunition, obviously he will take 80 damage. So the usual headshot multiplier of 2 does not apply here. Interestingly, this is the other way if you're switching to the second seat and are using the machine gun on the APC. Here you will get your headshot multiplier. And for the sake of completeness, we are showing that here using the HE ammunition. Here you will get 70 damage, no matter if you hit the upper body or the head. Next up on our list is the canister shell, or its pretty weird damage model that it has at the current state of Battlefield 4. While light armored vehicles such as Jeeps, MRAPs and quad bikes are literally getting eaten up by canister shells and destroyed in no time, there are some discrepancies when it comes to the damage that is being dealt to helicopters, for example. This is although they, in theory at least, should also be counted towards the light armored category. While there is hardly any damage being dealt to helicopters using the AP or the HE ammunition, the damage model when using canister shell against helicopters is pretty much the same. This makes the canister shell pretty much useless, at least when playing with a more or less serious approach, and we doubt that this is actually intended behavior. The last point on our list is the autoloader perk, and we made a video about that a few months ago, and what we said back then actually still applies. The autoloader perk does not function properly or does not function in a way as it's described at. You can find a link to this old video in the description here. And as a bonus, here's a small example of what can happen when you're driving the APCs around on the battlefield. You sometimes get stuck in the funniest positions, or you get caught on obstacles that really shouldn't be an obstacle for your vehicle, considering it weighs a few tons. And here you can see my teammates, by the way this happened in an 8-on-8 competitive match, trying to ram me and free my vehicle using a jeep, but in the end even the jeep gets stuck on my APC and we're finally unable to free the APC and get going again. Here the driving physics could use some serious revision. As always, thanks for watching. If you know some more bugs concerning the APCs, then please use the comment function here. I'm always interested in that. Furthermore, we are linking to our latest bug report video and to Gotthold's latest montage, in case you haven't seen it, project down low.